Hey guys, HelpingHans here, and today I'll be going over the recent patch notes 1.1.0 for Company Heroes 3, March 2023. I'll be going over the patch notes at the beginning of the video, and near the end of it, I'll be going over the in-game store. Yeah, let's get into it. If I think like Relic has done a good job with fixing things, I'll say so. But if I think that they've, been greedy and asking for a lot of money with the in-game store, I will also say that as well. So we will see what we get here. Let's begin. Overview. Our team at Relic is excited to share the first major update for Company Heroes 3, which we've codenamed Operation Sapphire Jackal. This update includes a substantial number of bug fixes, apparently 1,300 according to them, quality of life improvements, gameplay balance adjustments, and all new features and content. With so many changes going into this 1.10 update, our team will be standing by to roll out hot fixes should any serious issues come up. Alright, new content. So challenges. So this is something that I will commend Relic on doing. I think this is good. This encourages people to keep playing the game, but let's get into detail about them. Challenges provide players with the opportunity to complete daily and weekly in-game objectives. Completing challenges rewards players with merit. See further below for more details on merit. Daily and weekly challenges will randomly select objectives of players to complete through normal player, multiplayer, and co-op versus AI match modes. Players will get 2 new daily challenges which will appear at 5 PM or 6 AM GMT time, and 3 new weekly challenges appearing at 5 PM 12 AM GMT as well. Okay. Kind of reminds me again, Darktide. You think of you Darktide, you play through, you get in challenges and weekly challenges and stuff to complete through in that game as well. Cosmetics. With this update, we are launching a range of cosmetic options for every faction, allowing players to customize their armies in both multiplayer and single player. The cosmetics available in this update are historically inspired. Check out our news post for a preview. Players can navigate to the store menu in-game to view all the cosmetics available. We will be doing that at the end of this, once I read through the patch notes. War bonds and merit. With Operation Sapphire Jackal, we are introducing 2 new currencies, war bonds and merit. One of our goals with the in-game store is to ensure there's always a mix of earnable and paid content so that players can choose how they use the store and unlockable content available. This will apply to everything in the store when it launches as we move forward. Merit currently is earned by completing the challenges. Merit can be used to unlock some of the content in the store. War bonds, this is where we go if got to pay real money for. Currency is earned by purchasing war bond packs. War bonds can be used to lock any content in-game store, which okay. Not happy about that, but let's, I do appreciate that Relic do need to make more money, but at the same time, really, the store this early on, before fixing a lot of the missing features like replay mode, observer mode, things like that, it does worry me a lot. Fixes. So there's new audio voiceover for the Gurkhas. Added audio cue for when the player joins or leaves a party. Audio adjustments for map pings. I'm curious to hear what that is, because right now the map pings were terrible. You can't really hear them, so hopefully that makes them a lot more easier to hear. Hopefully easier to see as well, but it doesn't say that they've actually changed the look of them. I don't know why they changed the look of pings from Co 1. That seemed to work just fine, but now it seems worse. But alright, let's continue. Audio improvements for the Warcry ability. All players will now hear a trench whistle followed by a crowd swell, indicating the ability has been active. Okay. Combat music no longer starts immediately after intro into the airfield mission. Right. Iran Intel no longer plays corporal. Yeah, this is campaign stuff. So this is just audio bugs. Okay. So doesn't seem to be, for me personally, I didn't feel like there was too many audio bugs. I think the only audio bugs that I can really think of are the missing audio bugs for like satchel charges being lobbed and certain units not screaming that they're going to die when they're getting very low health. No, I don't see anything about that being fixed, so that's a bit of a shame. I guess we'll find out when we play later on. Okay. Right, let's get on to gameplay. Right. Though this update does not include what we consider a full balance pass, we've made several changes to help shake up multiplayer and co-op. We'll be keeping an eye on your feedback, and matches will roll out further balance adjustments in a timely fashion. Artillery now properly collides with vehicles. So I'm wondering if that also talks about things like the Brumbar round or a bulldozer shot, right? That is kind of like a long range projectile, and when you watch it land, like it would like fire on another enemy vehicle, it would just go straight through the vehicle and hit the ground. So I'm wondering if that's been fixed when that means, because that's kind of somewhat artillery. I don't know if it's just standard artillery rounds, but I would have to test that as something I'll test. Here we go. An issue where it was incorrect for auto reinforce on medical stations and field infirmaries when deactivated. There wasn't even an icon. So I'm pretty sure for the Wehrmacht med bunker there isn't an icon. There isn't a reinforcement button for it, which I think's a bug, and it should have one. Like, because the American and British infirmaries and stuff, med stations have it. So why should the German med bunker, the Wehrmacht med bunker, should have it? Oh, that's good. That's huge. Fix an issue with a certain grenade abilities not going down cooldown after use. So hopefully this is something like, with I made a video earlier on today, guys, about issues with like the Pathfinders having their flares, their smoke nades, their standard nades, all not having a shared cooldown. So hopefully that's fixing that issue with them. Units no longer have the high ground while power drop reinforce. Oh, this has been a big thing. Units no longer have the high ground while power drop reinforcements are dropping in. It also made them have negative ground. They had high ground and negative ground. If you guys noticed when it came to paratroopers being reinforced or whatever. It's a funny thing, and it seems they've fixed one aspect of it, but maybe not the other aspect where they receive negative cover. Africa Corps emergency kits no longer works while vehicles are moving. Oh, that's a big nerf. Okay, but probably fair. I was going to actually point that out in my part 2 balance patch. But yeah, the upgrade that you get for the advanced emergency repairs, vehicles automatically would repair on the move, which is incredibly strong for DAC. That is no longer the case. They have to be stationary to benefit from it. So that is a pretty big nerf there. For the DAC, but probably a fair one because it was a bit broken that they could just repair. All they needed to be was just not in combat, and they could still repair while on the move. So I think that is totally fine. British forward observer barrage now consistently require the barrage not already be active. That's good. I'm pretty sure that was in my video today. I mentioned that was an issue, so that has been fixed. Sweet. British infantry section's forward barrage ability no longer throws a flare, but uses flares consistent with the Dingo and Humber. That's good because they just lob a grenade or whatever, right? And it just goes down to like from 2 seconds to 0, and then the red flare appears or something. So yeah, it seemed a bit weird that was the case. So just normal flares. Might mean that the artillery actually lands a bit faster. I'm not sure. We'll have to maybe do some testing with that. The British heavy Matilda heavy tank will now shoot infantry with coaxial machine gun. Well, that's good. Didn't realise it didn't do that in the first place. The Africa Corps Panzer IV and Stug G now properly provide the benefits of armour upgrades. Okay, I didn't even realise they didn't actually benefit from them because, to be fair, you never go for them. You never ever see people going for like the Panzer IV or the Stug G because the Panzer Reserve upgrade is just way too expensive and it's just cheaper just throwing out Panzer IIIs fully upgraded from the armoury. Fix the bug where Africa Corps Panzer III tanks could not use their smoke launchers a second time after ability was used once. I remember that being an issue in the campaign when I tried that actually. Some other balance changes here, right. Mortar and infantry flare duration decreased from 30 seconds to 15. Big. I think that's going to get nerfed to Pathfinders specifically because they just drop flares a lot and they would benefit from a lot of free vision early. Loiters were clearly overtuned across the board, being oppressive and offering very little counterplay. We've toned these down great. This is something I mentioned in my video that I made today, or put out today. So I'm glad that these loiters are all getting nerfed. British Voice anti-tank rocket loiter has actually been increased by 60 munitions. Damage has been nerfed by 100, and the rockets have gone down by 5. Okay, so quite a lot of nerfs here. Infantry loiter from 30 to 20. Yeah, I know the British one was nuts, actually. Sticker anti-tank loiter against vehicles 50 to 25. Fighter 5 from 15 to 12. And then the Africa Corps has been... Munition cost actually been reduced. Is that the only change for the Africa Corps one? 225 to 180? I guess it's gone on par with the British one. But it hasn't seemed to have been nerfed at all in terms of like what the other stuff has been nerfed by. So the DAC loiter is still going to be pretty prominent if it has no other changes than that, which seems a bit strange. Why has that one been buffed and the other 3 been nerfed? US Forces Airborne Reinforcement Loiter here. This was a really annoying issue that I talked about. Fix the ability Reinforcing squads to full strength even after the ability was over. Maximum reinforced enemies from infinite to 12 to 15. That's great. Munition cost has also been up a massive, huge amount. I only suggested a 20 munition increase, but Relic was like, nah, mate, let's practically double it. Okay, reinforcement rate dramatically reduced to 1 model to replace every 4 seconds. I don't know if that's even worth going for now, man. 150 munitions, that's huge. Like, it's been nerfed massively, and now it's just almost double the cost. I don't know. I think people are not going to really use it now. They'll probably save the missions up for someone else. Like, yeah, I don't know why they've just gone completely. Like, wow, that seems crazy, right? That seems crazy to increase it from 80 to 150. Pathfinder. Okay, here we go. Big one. Pathfinders. We found that Pathfinders provide too much momentum and utility in the early game, allowing players to rush out the overperforming Sherman 76mm attacks. We have made adjustments to make this build less oppressive, and we'll be closely monitoring the strategy. Build time has increased quite significantly by 8 seconds. Flare ability range has been decreased from 50 to 40. Now have access to utility package. Flares, rifles, smokes, and rough grenades now require this is good. Okay, this is not a bad idea. So now you actually have to spend. I think it's a bit of fuel, right, to be able to get access to the grenades and stuff. So yeah, and it also slows down the rate in which you'd get the Sherman out. So I think this is pretty good. And also, it would also, if you do go for this, it would slow down maybe even the American quad half track as well, because you'd be kind of going for the grenade package, which obviously costs fuel, so you'll slow down your half track. So we'll see. Reinforcement cost is also increased by 5. Smoke rough grenade recharge time is increased by 60 seconds, so it's 3 minutes in total now. Upkeep per population increased from 1 to 1.25 manpower per minute, so they're even more. They will reduce the amount of manpower you're earning per minute, basically. Scouts also been increased build time as well, at the same time as the Pathfinder, so they also 33 seconds. So again, it just slows down the American player from being able to flood the map and cap everything up so quickly. The Sherman, the AoE drop-off damage reduced to Sherman 75mm levels. AoE modded damage cap decreased from 5 to 4 to 3. I think this is justified. I personally think, because the 70mm Sherman up guns were really overperforming. They're really strong at smashing infantry and things like that, and good against obviously tanks as well. So that's it's nice to see that's getting nerfed, because it was just no brainer always going for mechanized and going for that upgrade pretty much. The Africa Corps Carro tank. Right, here we go. This is something that I liked using. Let's see how it's been nerfed. The Carro was too efficient for its timing and cost. Combined with the powerful efficiency ability and bugged ability, the M1340 scaled to a point it could outcompete higher tier tanks. The following changes tone these factors down. AP round penetration bonus has now gone from 90 to 33%. So that was I think the 50 munition or something like ability that you could pop on for the Carro, which allowed it to penetrate pretty much all types of armor, even like Churchills and stuff, which is kind of ridiculous, to be fair. So this is making it so they wouldn't be able to, we'll test it, and we'll try and use Carros against Churchills, and you'll probably see that they'll have a really bad time now. The fuel cost has increased by just 5. Okay, it's not huge. Italian Vanguard reload bonuses near Italian units from 10%, minus 10% to 5%. Reload maxes out at 25% or 5 units. Okay, so there you go. You can only have a maximum of 5 Italian units around a Carro. So 5 Carros, you'd get a maximum of minus 25. By the looks of it beforehand, if you had 5 Carros, all with Vet 1 bonus, they would previously it would be 50% less on their reload, if that is to be believed there. So that was nuts as before. So that's fair enough, to be honest. From 10% to minus 5%. Reload bonus max. So yeah, so still pretty good. Like minus 25% reload. But what main weapon rate of fire has decreased as well as standard, from 3.2/3.5 to 3.5 to 4.1. Okay, so again, guess we'll have to see. Maybe slightly over nerfed here, but I don't know. It did seem a bit cheesy just to constantly keep spamming carrows and winning a game like that. So you'd have to tech up, but we'll see. There doesn't seem to be anything else though for the Brits. No changes at all for the Brits. Nothing about buffing the Wehrmacht Grenadiers or their Pioneers. Nothing about that. Which I'm really shocked about, because I can't believe that the Brits are still benefiting from, what, 33% reinforcement rate reduction and cost reinforcement rate reduction as well. With that Indian artillery company, that just seems so good for Brits. The fact that the Brits themselves, like the infantry sections, have got such great utility with being able to go for a recce package, the boys AT package, and a Bren gun package, where no other infantry, mainline infantry has that kind of utility. Grens can't get AT rifles, right? The American riflemen can't suddenly get bazookas or something. Upgrade bazookas. At least with the Americans though, they can buy a bazooka squad. The DAC though, they can't. They have to spend. One of the biggest change I would make is make it so that the DAC Panzer Jaegers can be built in tier 2 or something like that. So yeah, I definitely feel I'm a bit shocked that there's nothing there to help DAC out with his handheld AT capability or Wehrmacht's builds that they've got at the moment, which is very few. They really struggle Wehrmacht at the moment. Without pretty much everybody's the same Wehrmacht build, which is Jaegers into Panzer IVs, and you don't really see much else other than that. You might go full pyres into Jaegers and stuff. Right, let's now jump into the game itself. I've got the game loaded up here. Let's see if they fix some of the incorrect loadout things here. So one thing I know for certain was the Kettenkrad has the incorrect icon. It still has the incorrect icon, so that still hasn't been fixed. Let's check out the British Grant. Okay, at least that's been fixed now. That was showing an image of a Sherman. Okay, the Nebelwerfer showing, now showing the correct icon of the Nebelwerfer, not a land mattress. That seems to be all right. Again, that's incorrect icon there. That should be a motorcycle icon. That truck is probably the incorrect icon for that, right? Oh, looks a bit too long, that one, than this one, but okay. Being kind of picky there, to be fair. But at least they fixed a couple of the incorrect icons. There's still a couple of incorrect ones, but, it's better than it was, but still they should have fixed that sooner. Right, now, apart from the icons, another big thing is, I guess we can check out challenges. So here we have challenges here on the right. What have we got here? So, Stalking Tiger, kill 50 vehicles as the Africa Corps. So I've got 4 days and 3 hours to do that. Win 5 multiplayer matches, kill 50 infantry with heavy machine guns, build 5 Wehrmacht concrete bunkers in a match, and build 5 shoe mines with some DAC pioneers. I mean, I don't mind. I think these challenges are good. I kind of like the idea of having challenges where it encourages people to keep playing the game every day, so they can earn this currency, so they can buy skins and stuff in the game. I'm totally for that. I think that's fine. But it's the other thing. It's the premium stuff. Let's click this button and find out how much it is. Oh my god. Okay. $42.99. Okay, right. Let's check out the store then. Right. So it looks like immediately we have some premium skins that can only be purchased through the use of buying in-game currency. I mean, the skins do look pretty good, to be fair, but seriously, they're... And what do we have over here? Earth Red Scout, Dark Brown Pioneer. Upgrade your look with a dark brown version of the default outfit. This is for the Wehrmacht. And Basalt Grey. And again, the thing is though, it's not possible to unlock these things straight away because they're 1,000. So that's 900. Okay, so if I did all the weeklies and all the dailies, I probably could afford one of these skins. Now, I purchased the premium edition over here, boys. I purchased this premium edition, okay? I expected that when buying the premium edition to get, skins and content like this, for at least the first 6 months to a year for free, because I purchased the expensive edition, the most premium edition you could buy, right? Now to say that there's skins like immediately 1 month afterwards that I can't get unless I pay even more money into the game is a massive slap in the face. You know, so I'm pretty pissed off about that. I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning of this stream, I was thinking about, like, you know, I hadn't looked at this, you know, the skins and the paid DLC right now, and I thought, hang on, you know, let's look about what other game companies done. Look at the developers from Darktide, at least. They gave, if you bought the premium edition, they gave you in-game currency to spend on the first skins that they came out in the game. That seemed like, you know, like the acceptable and the right thing to do. But that's pretty out of order, right? That they've said that you can't, but you have to pay even more money to get these skins. And the fact that they've done this shit before letting us get you know, before putting in fixing like in-game names for the multiplayer guys. You know, when you play multiplayer, you can't see who's on your team. You don't know who's to the left of you, who's to the right of you. They haven't done the in-game proper proper chat rooms and stuff like in Co 1. No in-game leaderboards right now. Observer mode, replay mode, player progression. You know, there's no player progression right now as well. But yeah, the Darktide has its own issues, but at least the developers from Darktide made a post saying, sorry, the launch of the game didn't live up to our own standards. You know, we kind of messed up then, and they decided to not do any more skins and stuff until they fixed the main content. But it is pretty, yeah, scummy is a good word for it. I think it is pretty scummy to ask for more money, even after playing for the Premium Edition, you know, 1 month after launch when a lot of the stuff isn't fixed. It's also worth knowing that there's a timer on these things over here, which makes me think, oh, if I don't spend money right now, I'm going to lose these skins forever. I will not be able to get these skins again in the future, which kind of sucks. How else are they going to make their money, though? From the initial sales, they would have had, if they'd launched the game well, they would have had a lot. Honestly, if they had made the game well on release, they would have made much more money then than they would have now, because like the game has had all those mixed reviews and all the missing features and all the bad reviews they got as harmed sales quite a lot. I must imagine, right? You know, the amount of people that don't buy a game because they look at it and see mixed reviews is there's quite a lot of people that do that. So, but if they launched the game with the right features and the right things, I think it would be fine. But yeah, I think it's a bit out of order that especially premium account owners are not given some base currency to spend on these skins. Okay, so how much is 600? How much is 600? So it's 600, and that's 1900. So they're asking like over £10. So yeah, guys, I'm really not impressed with this store page, this storefront. It just feels like a slap in the face, as I said earlier, because it's only been a month since release, and you know, it feels like Relic's priorities are in the wrong place with putting this store in our faces so soon after launch. Maybe, you know, if Relic launched Company Heroes 3 in a really good state, you know, bare minimum bugs with a lot of these features that we wanted, leaderboards and such, then I think, you know, with the storefront, I would be fine with it. But because it's so soon after launch and how polished the game is, I'm not. And also because of the fact that, you know, people who bought the premium edition of the game kind of feel a bit scammed. I had a lot of people in my chat saying they felt scammed because they put they paid the extra amount of money to get more content, and for only 1 month on them to be Relic asking them even for more money for skins, just, you know, feels like, you know, they've been taken advantage of, and it's just not on. So you know, if I were Relic and I wanted to do the right thing and gain favor back with the community, I would gift, you know, for all the people especially who bought the premium edition, they deserve at least probably 1,000 of these war bonds or something like that, just to show that, you know, that they're trying and that they care about the community rather than just about the money. But I doubt they'll do that. But hopefully Reddit will prove me wrong. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I'll be making more content soon. Check out this video over here and over here. And if you want to subscribe, click the button down here. Catch you later. Take care.